Andieglam fam, welcome back. Today is going to be episode 11 of Small Talk. Now, we have a few things to talk about. So this may be a lengthy one. We just going to go ahead and get into it. First things first, we have to talk about Kim and Croy. I said I wasn't going to do no more divorce updates because I no longer cared about them airing each other out and all of that. The reason I am doing an update today is because apparently the divorce is off now. Kim and Kroy said, JK, y'all, we was just playing. So yeah, I wonder like who called it off. Like, did they come to an agreement? Let me do my research. Why Kim called off divorce? Okay, so Kim called it off. Kim was the one to call off her divorce from Croy. They've been working on things. They've been talking more lately and getting along. Okay, she put a halt to it Friday. Okay, so this just happened. Requested that the case be dismissed without prejudice. Beerman has yet to file his own dismissal, but sources say he intends to do so. The shocking split came after a succession of financial woes. The divorce proceedings became increasingly volatile. Drug, physical, mental abuse, kidnapping, gambling, addictions, like, and now they attend church together. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all did all of this. Kim and Kroy's. Yeah, okay. So Kim no longer wanted the divorce, and I guess Croy agreed. See, this is my thing. Y'all done told us all y'all tea now. I didn't even hear about the kidnapping one. But they kidnapping, talking about Kim gambling, talking about Croy what did she say? Something about Croy? She said Croy was abusive. I don't think she said that. I think I'm making that up. Drug, physical, mental abuse. But yeah, y'all done told us all of this stuff. Like, talking about Kim gamble and smoke, and she's an unfit mother, and you want her out the house. Like, y'all did all of that just to be like, we just playing, y'all. You know what I think it is? They was already having all of these money problems, and what a lot of people don't know is that divorces are expensive. So I feel like on top of all of the money issues that they already have, they definitely couldn't afford no divorce lawyers. That's just my personal opinion, because I don't even know how you can come back from all of that. All of that stuff that they said about each other, there is no way you can come back from any of that. And y'all doing all of this because y'all broke? You know, maybe they doing this to get back on Atlanta. Who knows?
It could have been a scheme.
Would y'all be interested in seeing them back on Atlanta at this point? I mean, I don't know. Now they getting back together, so I mean, we not gonna have the old Kim. Well, you know, she might be a little more humble now that everybody know that she broke. Who knows? I just think that's really crazy that they did all of that in the media just to be like, hi guys, we're going to church and we're working on it. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that. Now, next, we are going to get into Miss Monique, because Monique went live and actually addressed her divorce with Chris, which I never thought she was going to do. I didn't think she was going to tell us what was going on and, you know, why they ended up divorcing, but I guess she went into all of that on live. So yeah, let's get into it, because I still don't know why they could have possibly divorced. Ooh, 28 minutes? I know she didn't talk about this for 28 minutes. Y'all know how I do. I'm just gonna skip through until we get to the point. I know she didn't talk about this divorce for 28 minutes. She was probably talking about a bunch of stuff. So yeah, let's get into it.
When we started doing reality TV, we were not in a great place. Like, that was back in 2016.
Oh, that's horrible.
I was very devout. Like, I was very upset. Oh, Monique.
Yeah, okay, I don't want to watch nobody else's video. But okay, you don't do reality TV when your relationship is already in shambles, because TV ain't gonna do nothing but amplify that. We really couldn't tell that they had it. Well, not until her mama came. But other than that, like, you know, they were hiding it pretty well. But you just never do that. Like, look at Drew and Ralph. You know, look at all of these housewives couples getting divorced. Now I heard that Kyle and her husband are getting divorced, and they've been together for like 20 something years. Like, what is going on with all these housewives divorces? But yeah, let's get back to the video.
What is going on? If one wanted to go inspiration, she stated that
the way to figure out was not to get divorced. That wasn't where we were last year. Like, even when people said last year that we were going our separate ways and all of that, Chris and I were trying every which way to figure out, like, how do we get that connection back? How do we bring it back together? And so even at that time, it wasn't true. Like, we weren't seeking a divorce. We were separated in a sense of like, okay, you focus on you, I focus on me, and let's see what happens. So we have been going through this process, and it's been years, you know, like marriage, as many people know, it has its ups and downs, but you get to a point where you feel like you've reached that moment of like, you know what, are we growing? You know, are we stagnant? Are we moving? Like, what's going on? And then you also have to consider the fact that we have 3 children, you know, who are watching us. Our actions and how we interact with each other, how we run our household, that is literally an example for our children of how they're going to live their life, you know? And I don't want our children to ever be in a relationship where they feel like they're not being heard, whether that's on my side or Chris's side, you know, talking at each other, like the marriage becomes like a battlefield. So you get to a point where you also have to consider the fact that we have 3 little people that are literally looking at us, and they're taking notes, and they're like, okay, this is what's normal. And it's not normal. So, so that's where we are. You guys don't have to be sorry. It's just a part of life. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens. Some people stay married forever. Some people don't. My parents were married for 23 years and got divorced. I know couples that have been married for 60 years and they're miserable. And they literally let their whole life just fade away, you know? So, it's really what you make it. And if you get to a point where you're like, you know what, we have grown so far apart that it may be best that we focus on ourselves individually and then focus on the 3 important people in our lives, which is our children. And that's what we decided to do.
So she wasn't feeling hurt.
So, let me see. How do you keep out the noise and find your balance and peace during this time? So one of the major things for me has been where each other was and try to get on the same page. But when I look back on it, even with the editing trickery, at the end of the day, my response was still my response, you know, and I take accountability for that. And I wouldn't want to be with a person like that is just like, yeah. But I also realized that my approach became that because I was so desperate, like, to be heard. I was so desperate, like, come on, we got to make this work. But then you get to a point where you realize that begins to tear you down, yourself and the other person, and then you're trying to pick up the pieces and build it back, and it just becomes this roller coaster, you know, and it becomes more and more difficult. So
that is why it is important to be independent and not depend on a man for money. I'm not saying this is their situation because I really don't know, but based on what Monique is saying, she's basically saying she never felt heard and stuff. We kind of saw that a little bit on Potomac. You know, he would always like, he wasn't necessarily controlling, but he kind of had this attitude like, well, I'm paying for everything. We living off my money, so my money, my rules. That was kind of what it gave. And, you know, that's why you can't just look for men to take care of you and expect them to do everything for you, because then they feel like they own you.
Not want to get to that point where now there's so much friction and tension that now we can't even parent our kids. And so many times you see couples take to social media, bash each other, and it's like, how does this help the kids that you're raising?
Yes. They are not pulling the Kim and Kroy.
I'm never going to be that person. Like, at the end of the day, the reasons that led Chris and I to be where we are our reasons. That's our business. It's what stays in our house, and our children are the ones that are exposed to those things. They know. They take witness to everything that happens here, you know? And we're trying to do things that will turn it around. And sometimes that doesn't always mean doing it together, you know? So, yeah, we have love for each other. We'll always have love for each other. And we're going to do the very best that we can do to co-parent and raise our children the right way and allow them to see a different type of example of partnership. So we have a new normal. That's what I tell my kids. I'm like, we have a new normal now, you know? So the biggest No, when I went live and shut down the divorce rumors, that was in October. And I know it was October because it was literally right after my birthday. So yeah, so you're wrong. I'm talking about this past April, like 2 months ago, almost 3 months ago is what I'm talking about. Y'all swear y'all be knowing the timeline. Hello, it's my life. I know exactly what times things are happening over here. So yeah, we've kept it transparent with our children from the beginning. So someone said, how did you know to walk away? I was in therapy and my counselor asked me, she said, I don't want you to answer this now. She said, but what is it that you want? If you can have the ideal marriage, if you can have everything that it is that you want from he is right now, and he never changes. I was like, I was in a place where I was so miserable.
She is really going to talk about this marriage for 20 minutes.
And I started to create boundaries for myself.
I didn't think she was.
That's when I knew for the kids. But that never works because staying together for the kids means that you're giving them if y'all could understand the amount of growth that has happened since we stopped trying to focus on the marriage, the amount of growth. Y'all see Chris? Like,
Chris and slimmed down. Like I don't know if y'all saw it.
And it's like you just go into this almost like survival mode.
He ain't
like,
big boy no more.
That may not be working out, but I have so much life to live, and I have to do better for myself.
Okay.
To be more present with them. I am a really good mom. Like,
my God.
What's the point? Like, what's the purpose? You know? We can go on a beautiful trip and be arguing most of the time. Y'all see rooted issues, they tend to resurface, you know? So they never really go away just because you have to do what's best for us, you know? We all lead different paths, you know? Like, what works for our shoe isn't going to work for somebody else's shoe. And I'm not out here advocating divorce, you know? Like, this moment was devastating.
What the heck?
You know, maybe we'll wake up and go to the part where we realized her watching me and her getting so upset about it was actually her seeing herself. And she messages that I post on Twitter and that I post on Instagram, that's me preaching to me. Months ago, and we were talking about the secrets to success, and I said the secret to success is self-love. But then I wanted to do, and everybody else was against it, was when I dropped out of college.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well that's that. But yeah, so basically they grew apart and Monique felt like she wasn't being heard and they were already having issues before they even got on Potomac. They sure did put up a good fight. You know, that was what? Their relationship had been, the marriage had been bad for what? 6-7 years? If she talking about it was already bad when they got on Potomac. And wasn't she pregnant while she was on the show? Yeah. So y'all, I mean, they were trying. I guess they were trying. She was having more babies. They was looking for a fifth home. They were trying to work on the marriage, of course, because that is what you do. You don't just give up on the marriage. But yeah, they just shouldn't have went on TV. That is like rule number 1. You never go on TV with an already like messed up relationship because the TV is just gonna magnify that. So I don't think that TV necessarily played a role in why they broke up, but it wasn't smart, you know. But that's just not something you do. So she didn't really say too much, but yeah, I mean, basically, I guess she just felt like she didn't have a voice. That's what I got from that. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that. I never thought she was gonna address it, but hey. Do y'all think she's gonna be back on TV? Do y'all want to see her back on TV? I kind of do. I'm just not sure. Like, I just don't know what kind of Monique we gonna get now, now that she's going through a divorce, which is not a bad thing. We just know her as like this woman with this very comfortable, luxurious lifestyle, beautiful family, beautiful kids. I don't know who Monique is gonna be now. And it's not that I felt like her entire identity was in her marriage, but like that was Monique's like character or role on the Housewives. She was like an actual housewife, you know? So I don't know. I do want to see her back on TV, but I just don't know what she gonna give now. But I'm willing to see if she willing to go. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Moving on. Now, this next topic, this is bad. This is getting really bad. So apparently, Tamika Scott has filed a restraining order on her sister, Latocha. And she said this, I guess, in Candy Speak on It. I don't think I watched this one. I have watched a few of her speak on it since this season started, but I did not watch this one with Tamika on it. I should have though, because apparently she was dropping tea in there. But yeah, we gonna get into this snippet. She filed a restraining. I wonder what Latocha done did. Let's get into it.
I did a temporary TPO order on my sister and her husband because I was getting threats. I was getting text messages. He even said threats. I felt lied when he said I lied on him and you don't do that to me. Or you got to deal with what comes with that. So I don't take certain things lightly. So I did a temporary TPO order and the judge granted it to me. Based on the evidence that I presented, I was granted the TPO order on them. So when you say, can we get back together? It's a TPO order out because he's threatening me.
So
and a lot
no.
of people, this is crazy. This is where it gets crazy. The TPO order protects me just in case because he's known to pull out on people. It protects me and it also protects them because my husband is very quiet. He's at his wit's end. It's not easy. My thing is let God deal with.
Did she say you like to pull the G word out on people?
No.
We don't want because we don't want no threat. So we don't want
no threat. It's to protect both. Right. It's to protect both parties. My husband is dealing with a lot. People are coming at him like, "Oh, why you not taking up for your wife? This guy is doing all this. He's blackmailing your wife. He's doing all this. He's doing all that." My husband is a man. It is the hand of God that is keeping him at bay to say, "Okay, I'm gonna sit here and let God deal with that." But when you have people that's DMing,
what y'all want him to do? Go fight him?
What type of how you security? Oh, you top notch security, but you letting this do this. I'm like, we sit and we talk. It's not easy. I'm just being honest. It's not easy. We sit and we talk, and I'm like, you got to think about our money. You going to jail. If you see him and beat him up, what everybody wants, you gonna go to jail. And I gotta raise my child by myself.
It's no need for that. It's no need for that.
DMing,
Y'all be wanting everybody to fight
saying,
and mess their lives up.
You need to go beat him up.
Shut up.
We've gotten messages saying order is to protect. He don't need to come around me. He don't. Something happen. I already told my kids if something happen, we know what it is. First of all, my husband ain't gonna let it happen. Stay away from me, so it won't happen. Because
Did she feel like he gonna take her out?
He feel like my life is threatened. He's not gonna sit there and let me die. Stay over there with your threatened self and let me stay here. So to answer your question right now, no. It'll just be us three. You guys need time. We need time.
Sheesh. It's getting that deep where she thinks something gonna happen to her and she had to sit her kids down and say, look, if something happened to me, it was y'all aunt and y'all uncle. This is going too far, all because you stole that lady money and you don't want to admit that you stole that lady money. You know, I feel like, they are just Rocky and Latocha. This is what I'm talking about. I feel like they just going out sad. They done got all the backlash, all the slander. And they just trying to take everybody down with them. They probably are so upset that Escape is still moving forward with 3 group members. She tried to do her gospel thing. I don't think that's really working out how she thought it would. But this ain't the first time she tried to go solo and flop. So solo just isn't for her. She should understand that at this point. But yeah, that's kind of messed up that you're really doing all of this to your sister because you're upset that she's telling her truth about what you did to her. That is crazy. I don't like to use the word narcissist because I just feel like everybody uses that word these days. Like, y'all will hear a new word and just run it into the ground. Now everybody y'all have an issue with is a narcissist. Anytime somebody don't want to apologize, they a narcissist. Anytime somebody make a mistake, they a narcissist. Like, y'all are so annoying with that word. But in this specific case, Rocky is for sure a narcissist. Like, sending threats, this is going way too far. And like, what do y'all want Tamika's husband to do? Like, first of all, they have a temporary restraining order on these people. Why would he go out of his way to go find people that he has a protective order against to fight? Like, y'all don't make any sense. What exactly is the husband supposed to do? Like, they're handling everything legally. What exactly do y'all want the husband to do? Why does everything have to like end in a fight? I'm so confused. Why would he like go seek out somebody that he wants to stay away from him to fight them? That is so dumb. But yeah, I think that they're doing everything they're supposed to do. First of all, they got a lot of money. You know, Latocha and Rocky done already took some money from her. They not gonna give them no more opportunities to sue and get more money. Like, come on, we gotta be smart. Like, they're being smart. They're handling this the right way. And everything is gonna happen when it need to happen. One thing about them tables is that they always turn when they need to. So karma gonna come and do its thing if it's not doing its thing already, because her career is going nowhere. And Escape is out here still making moves. So yeah, that is so crazy. I know that is just so stressful and hurtful to her. Even though, you know, she's probably accepted the situation for what it is, it's probably hurtful to sit here and be like, dang, like, I really got to do all of this with my sister. Like, I got to put a restraining order out on my own sister. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, but I just hope that they just do whatever they need to do for this to be over. This has been going on way too long. Take them to court, demolish them, and take them for everything that they have. Girl, you already at the courts. You might as well start filing a lawsuit for this money that she stole. Tamika, I'm sure there are so many things you could sue this lady for. And if she doesn't, you know, Latocha is gonna get hers eventually, because like I said, karma does not miss. And it's gonna hit you at the time when you least expect it. When you up on your high horse and you think you done got away with everything, it's probably gonna be like years later, and then boop, slap you right in your forehead while you think everything is all good and you all in the clear. So yeah, that's a lot. It should never have to get that far, especially between two sisters. But these are the Scott sisters we talking about. They've been beefing forever. So yeah, that's crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. How do y'all feel about people saying Tamika's husband isn't doing anything? Do y'all feel like he's not doing enough? Or do y'all feel like, you know, they just being mature and not trying to go to jail and handling it the right way? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments down below. So lastly, the last topic we have to talk about. I am so disappointed by this news. According to people.com, which is a pretty legit source, it's saying both Teresa and Melissa will both return to Jersey next season with all castmates. Bravo is sticking with what works. How do we figure that worked though? Like, do we not remember the reunion? Amid speculation would feature a cast shakeup. People has learned that the network has made return offers to both women. Verbal offers went out, but no contracts. Okay, so verbal offers went out, but no contracts. Okay, so that don't necessarily mean that they're returning. They could just be telling these people anything. But the fact that they verbally offered everybody to come back is weird, because I could have swore like everybody was talking about at the last reunion, like how they can't coexist and how something has to change. Andy was just so like furious and frustrated. Like, why would you want to put yourself through that again? I'm so confused. Like, I swear, if this is true, y'all, I swear I'm not watching this season. I don't care if Teresa and Melissa find some way to make it. I don't care. I'm over this cast. Then they talking about everybody coming back, like Rachel, Danielle, Jen. Like, we don't need all of them back. We definitely don't need all of them back. And then, so I guess the Gia and Remy Ma stuff wasn't true, which I kind of already figured, and I didn't think they would be a good fit anyway. So I'm not too mad about that not being true. I am mad that they keeping the exact same cast. Like, what sense does that make? I really, really hope that's not true because it makes no sense. Last season was horrible. Again, like, I don't care if Teresa and Melissa are getting along this season. I don't care if they put some fake truths. Like, I don't care. If this is true, I'm not watching this season. I'm definitely not. So y'all don't even ask because it's not happening. If it's the exact same cast, I'm done. I'm done because I can't do that no more. I can't see Joe Gorga with his Napoleon short man syndrome throwing tantrums. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see Margaret and her arsenal and her throwing all of her low blows at people because she don't want her tea to come out. I don't want to hear Danielle and her one-sided story about this brother mess. I don't want to hear Teresa and Melissa talking about who is ruining the family and who's pulling who from who. I don't care. I don't want to hear that no more. I don't want to see Dolores, Paulie, and Frank and that little situation, triangle situation. I don't want to see any of that anymore. I'm tired. Last season was draining. Like, I definitely do not care to see Bravo Lover 1, 2, 3, 4 coming for Danielle unwarranted, or whoever Melissa and Margaret are coming for. Like, no, we don't need another season of this. It's not that surprising that Melissa is returning because, like I said, on the reunion when Teresa kept saying, oh, you're getting fired, I'm never gonna see your face again today, Andy didn't like that. So I kind of low-key felt like they was gonna keep her around just to prove a point to Teresa, but to keep everybody, like, nobody's leaving. And then they got the nerve to talk about sticking with what works. How does that work? Like, I'm not watching next season. If that is true, sorry if anybody like looks forward to my Jersey reviews and stuff, but I'm not doing another season of that. I'm really not. But yeah, that concludes this episode of Small Talk. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that Jersey news. That is insane to me. Like, you don't feel like anybody needs to go at all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that. Let me know what y'all thought about all the topics in the comments down below. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.